on the screen anyway.
All right.
I'm watching myself.
I believe we are going Facebook Live, or actually YouTube Live. I got to get the platform right. Anyway, hey, we are here with the On the Hunt podcast. We are having ourselves a good time already. Most of that you guys weren't able to see, but we're going to have some good times here on camera because we got everybody here today. Want to say a good evening to Reggie Funches. Reggie, how's it going?
Slow motion, brother. Slow motion.
Well, hey, we are very glad to have you here, my friend. And obviously, we are super thankful because this is our 1-year anniversary show for all the fellows on the screen. So, hey, if you have a favorite memory of the On the Hunt podcast, comment it below. We would greatly appreciate that. Nate Rucker, how's it going, my friend?
I'm trying to find us, and we're not showing live on YouTube yet. So I'm fucking.
Yeah, I got us on there. We on there though. We moving.
Yeah, we on there. You just got to refresh.
There we go. My bad. I didn't go the right way.
It was in Nate's contract that he has to have an 85-inch TV to be able to look at himself while he's recording. Anyway, I'm just kidding.
Sign off.
Bobby,
man, but like episode 43. Didn't think we was gonna make it this far. We didn't know how far we were gonna go, but happy episode 43. Happy anniversary to my guys. Hey, we done came a long way. We have grown as a complete show. We have grown as a family on here. Hey, and hopefully people have grown with us. Hopefully we've given people some insight, helped them follow the game a little bit better. Hey, we blessed to do it.
Bobby Bless, speaking of blessings, how is Double Blessings doing over there?
Oh, shut up. I'm good. I'm good, man. No complaints, man. I'm glad we got actually some football to talk about. And as you guys know for sure, I've been in the lab doing videos, so I didn't watch most of the game 95% of the time. So if you get my drift, this has been all. But make a long story short, man. Like my boy Nate know, I love breaking down the film and stuff, and I just had something to look at that wasn't next year kind of thing. Wasn't last year. So
right.
It's good, man. I'm getting to talk to my brothers, man, and that's about it, Elijah.
Well, hey.
Oh, happy anniversary to my brothers too, for sure.
Yes, for sure. We are going to.
We're going to talk about our favorite moments. I didn't mean to cut you off. We're going to talk about our favorite moments.
Yeah, we are. We certainly are. We certainly are. Probably a little bit later on in the show that we're going to do that. But right now, what I want to do is I want to welcome everybody who is tuning in. I just shared everything to all our various groups that we're in. Bobby's also sharing it furiously right now. So, hey, if you're just joining us, it's our 1-year anniversary show of the podcast. And we're going to start things off by getting the trash out the way first. Okay, we're going to get the trash out the way first. Let's talk about it. Detroit Lions toilet paper now on sale. You can get it. It's a number 10 Nate Sudfeld jersey. That is what you're going to wipe your next couple of weeks. Man, that was rough. That was rough. But I'll start things off with my analysis because if I don't talk to the quarterback, people will wonder if I'm okay. So here's what I got for you. Nate Sudfeld had a better opportunity than most backup quarterbacks ever get in the preseason. That man got to attempt 28 passes, which for some teams is a full game worth of passes. He also got to play pretty much 3/4 of football. And what did he do in that 3/4 of football? 2 interceptions, a hair over 50% completion percentage. It was not good. And I kind of felt like they just kept him out there hoping that it eventually would get better, and it never did.
Yeah, he was
shit. The biggest takeaway for me is the fact that even with all of those attempts, even with all that time on task during the game, and let's not even, think about the fact that he had over a year to learn this offense and know where he needs to go with the ball.
Stealing money, aka stealing fucking money. But he stole money for a whole year.
How is it that he had all that prep time? He had all those passes. He had all those quarters to play, and yet Adrian Martinez in 7 attempts looked like 3 times the quarterback of Nate Sudfeld.
Well, we both said that.
I'm just saying, like, to me, I look at it and I go, okay, he needs to go. That's how I feel.
Trash,
He
man.
needs to go. He's somebody who's holding up a roster spot. But here's what was even more infuriating for me. When I listened to the post-game interview, Dan Campbell was taken up for Nate Sudfeld. And I get it. He's not going to, obviously throw the guy under the bus. But I really thought we would have heard by now that he was no longer on the team. But yet
Nah,
he's
ain't that type of
he's
guy.
still here. He's still here. And so my question to you guys, and we don't got to spend a lot of time on this, do you agree with my sentiment? And I already kind of know the answer, but do you agree with my sentiment on Nate Sudfeld that he had way more of an opportunity than other backups get, and he still did nothing with it? Let's start with Reggie.
So I was under the impression the reason why he stayed in the game that long, because he was going to expose him one way or the other. It was going to expose whether he was completely trash or completely capable of getting a job. The other thing about Campbell, though, I think he looked at it as an opportunity for him to be like, all right, you ain't going to be here. We had already had this conversation with Teddy. It was only a matter of time with Teddy. I'm at least give you an opportunity to try to get a job somewhere else.
Exactly.
Because that's the kind of person that I am. That's why he took up for him in the press conference.
Exactly.
I don't want to throw you under the bus. I probably like Nate Sudfeld, the person. I just don't like Nate Sudfeld, the player.
Right.
So in that situation, he like, all right, I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna let you get your opportunity. He got a major opportunity. Unfortunately, he bombed. And eventually you're gonna hear about him being released. It might not be to the end of the preseason. Or I'm sorry, next couple rounds of cuts, really.
Yeah.
But,
well, you just got to remember, it's only one cut now. It used to be 93 to 70 something. Now all the cuts are pretty much done. The game after the last preseason game is one big cut. They may cut some guys, but it's mainly just one big cut. It ain't like scheduled like it used to be.
So let me
and then I would say it'd probably be one more thing.
Yeah.
Nate Sudfeld's mind might still have some value as well. Like as far as getting Teddy ramped up, that type of stuff. So that might be another aspect of it. And then you say I 86 you. So it's kind of I'm just trying to not look at him as just a byproduct of that trash game he had. He might have some value that we don't see.
And let me just say, I hate the fact that he had a bad game because I wanted him to have a good game. Like, give us some competition. Don't make it easy to cut you. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted him to play well, and he just didn't. He never looked comfortable, and he was airmailing people, and at other points, he was just throwing it down the middle like he had his eyes closed. And we know only Jared Goff can do that, throwing with his eyes closed. But anyway, here's the other thing I was going to ask. And it's kind of a two-parter, Nate. So one, overall evaluation of his play. Two, why wouldn't you? I mean, obviously Reggie kind of gave some really good examples of why they wouldn't cut him now. But my thought process is you're bringing in Teddy Bridgewater, who's going to need reps. You have Adrian Martinez, who only got to throw 7 passes, and he looked pretty good. Why wouldn't you go ahead and let him go, let Nate Sudfeld go, so you can see more of Adrian to know what you have instead of keeping Sudfeld for the next 2 weeks? What do you think, Nate?
Well, the second part of the question is easy. Number one, Teddy's a veteran. So guys like that, they're like Vinny Johnson, the microwave. Those guys, he knows he's familiar with the offense. He's been playing football long enough. He's a true technician and a mechanical guy when he's, doing what he does. So that guy, you don't worry about him. Most backups, they get their reps during practice anyway. So it's nothing new to him. He's a constant professional. So that's no big idea. And as far as Adrian Martinez, I actually expect Adrian Martinez to play this next preseason game to have more of the reps. So it's just one of them where they're trying to give a true evaluation for both, giving, especially because they're two different types of quarterbacks. One, Sudfeld, is a prototypical stand in the pocket, arm throwing guy, which he's supposed to be. Adrian Martinez is more so of the scrambler improviser type. So you wanted to give him that opportunity, to really see that and get him with a wide receiver in J-Mo who played 51 snaps. As I said, we talked about the last one. We said, hey, J-Mo probably gonna see majority of the preseason. Probably nobody's gonna play more snaps than J-Mo in the preseason. But we also see that he's got a worse arm than Jared Goff. Like that he underthrew. He either underthrew him by 4 yards, or it just sailed on him. Like Jesus Christ, dude, you 6'6".
Right.
Come on now.
And that first pass, he threw it about 5'11", because it looked like he punched over when he chucked that thing for an interception.
Now, but to his defense.
Oh no, here we go.
Don't
even bring up the offensive line, because you getting hit,
dude,
you go horizontal. You shouldn't.
Listen, hey, the very first play he got lit up. So, which also was the reason for that. Hey, Jahmyr Gibbs was like, "What the? Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Can I get a handoff clean?"
Right.
Like, so whoever that was, I think that was Matt Nelson that played left tackle. Dude was abysmal. Now he should have been cut like at halftime. like dude was like a bad mistake. Like your dog done took a poop outside. You go get the bag and it's got a hole in it. So as soon as you put that shit in the bag, it fell right back out. That's how bad he was. I was dog, what the listen, hold him, do something.
Right.
Pinch him. Trip him. I don't give a fuck. Hey, do what Bakhtiari did to Ndamukong Suh. Untie his shoes in a pile up. I mean, I don't whatever, dog. But do something, which he didn't. But again, Sudfeld still was bad. I didn't see any type of command of the team, no command of the offense. Like he was so far ahead of his throws were so bad, I really don't know whose fault it was. Like even the wide receivers,
some of them,
the wide receivers looked at each other. Hey, look, it was like they looked at each other like, "Hey, was I wrong?" No, that was him. Oh, okay, good. And they high-fived each other going back to the huddle. Like, oh, what the fuck?
I just remember us in the chat being like, "Okay, whose fault was that? Was that the wide receiver or the quarterback?" And Bobby being like, "Man, that man can come put spiders on these TVs at Walmart." So let's kick it over to Bobby here. Bobby, I know you don't have a lot of thoughts on him, but what do you think?
No, but Reggie made a good point. Nate Sudfeld is probably a good person in heart, right? So what I'm gonna say is Nate Sudfeld, Walmart on Central Avenue in Toledo, Ohio is hiring. So maybe that's you might have to be a little bit more accurate with moving the stock, but you're not used to it.
Hey,
You're not used to it, brother.
Hey, low key, Bobby. Low key, Wayne State hiring too. We looking for parking.
What?
He can man some of these football games we got.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just had a mental image of Bobby like sitting there like creating new ways to entertain people in Toledo. Like, hey, lady, open up your trunk about 30 yards away. My boy Nate over here about to throw it into the back of your car. Get ready. And it's going to go way over and hit somebody else.
Hey, hold on. He needs a new name. We ain't about to do that.
Nate the Great.
We ain't about to say Nate and him. He needs a new name. He that shall remain nameless is what the fuck he's called.
He is about the meanest handoff in the league. These groceries, you get ready.
He's so inaccurate. He's so inaccurate. He can't even throw no tantrum around me. I don't even know.
You be like, you can't throw nothing. You can't even throw paper away.
You better put it in your pocket.
You better check with the management first.
Right. Oh my God.
So
man.
while we're on the subject of quarterbacks, let's talk about the other one that played, because that one showed a lot of promise. Adrian Martinez. I got to tell you,
Mhm.
I neglected to have Bobby like clip this one, but he
we
may have
should've.
already done it. He may have already done it, which is the third down run that Adrian Martinez had to keep the drive alive. For a lot of people, that may not have done anything for them, but for me, I jumped out of my seat. And I know it's a preseason game, but I have not seen a Lions quarterback with that type of speed in a long time. So I was excited to see that, because I was like, uh-oh, here we go. Because I kept waiting for him to run it downfield, and he kept running out of bounds, which, hey, I get it. You know, you got to stay safe. But I wanted to see that electrifying play. And for me, it was
I
that
did too.
8-yard run that did it for me. I was like, heck yeah, here we go. So I'm just curious, you guys' thoughts. To me, he looked comfortable. He came out, he looked like he was in his zone, like he was ready to go. What do you think? Because we know that he's the third guy on the poll as of right now. You bring in Teddy, he's number 4. What do y'all think his place will be on this team? We talked about it a little bit before. Let's start with Bobby.
To be honest, I want to see the kid switch roles with Suffield and start the game, because so underwhelming as Suffield was, it wasn't really nothing but up for me. So I really would like to see more of him before I give him an opinion. But I'll say this: I went to bed at a certain part thinking we losing, and then I woke up and we won. So I am quite interested on what he actually did. I didn't really spend much time looking at it though, because I just made Suffield just took all my spirit off from evaluating quarterbackisms. So I see that we won. That's good, but man, shit, you can't get no worse. Shit. So, but to be honest,
Hey Cynthia, welcome.
Yeah, that's my
Go ahead,
mom.
Bobby.
Yeah, that's my mom, Cynthia. But anyway,
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
Mama
mom.
Bless.
Yeah, that's my
Bless.
mama.
Nice of you to join us.
But anyway,
That's Mama Bless.
But I ain't messing with Nate stuff. I ain't messing with Nate stuff. I want to see Martinez get a fair shake. Not say with the first team offense, but at least guys with at least guys with the ability to actually gonna be on the game. You know what I mean? Because I think the line, it makes a big difference on how to evaluate the quarterback. And I wanted to see him with the better of the linemen that we know at least going to be backup. So I want to give him a fair shot. It ain't no good.
Dog,
that left one about to be the number 1 draft pick in the XFL. You get ready.
You think Teddy gets some clock this week, though? You think Teddy Bridgewater gets some clock this week, though?
I think so.
Okay.
And we'll talk about Teddy as soon as we make this. We get these last 2 guys in.
Well, short, sweet, brother. To be determined on Mr. Martinez, but you can't do much worse than what the hell I seen earlier. So,
Nate, I know you and I have been high on Adrian. So, like, were you feeling it? Were you like, okay, great?
Yeah, because like I said, he had command. He knew when to use his legs. He was able to escape. My thing was he was able to escape and actually throw the ball away. You know, save or down. He didn't force anything. And also, if you paid attention, that also will help that running game going in, because, like, you may think that because these are 3rd, 4th string guys that they're not paying attention to. But the guys on the other team are pretty familiar with these guys under center. So everybody knows what Adrian Martinez, coming out of college, what his main thing is, which is the scrambling ability. So what I was kind of mad I didn't see any RPO action. But like I said, he did have command. He led him to the final score, got in the end zone as well, had very, very good command, and the guy seemed to rally around him. So that sample size was okay, but again, I want to see them flip. I want to see him with 2 quarters of play. You know, give him 28 passes. Let's see what he can do with it.
I agree. I just don't know that he'll get that up. I hope he gets that opportunity. Hopefully I'm wrong on that, but I feel like Like even the reporters were asking Campbell at the end of the game. They said, "So Teddy's coming in. You got to get him reps. How's that going to go?" And Campbell was like, "Well, obviously we got to get Teddy reps, so it might be at the expense of Martinez." And I'm like, man, I really wish he didn't say that because that sucks. Because I don't care how many more reps you give Sudfeld, he's not getting any better. Like, give him to Martinez so we can see what he can do. But Reggie, I want to toss it over to you. What were your thoughts on Adrian Martinez, if you had any?
So, I mean, it's always good to see somebody seize an opportunity. And one thing that, I start thinking about how coaches be thinking about certain situations. They like, I want you to work on your weakness and not your strength. Like, we know you can run, but I want to see how you have a command of the offense and getting the ball to your guys. And then on the back end, if you need to run, go ahead and run. Now, if it was regular season or if some actually had been falling on his shoulders, you're going to build an offense around his strongest tools.
Exactly.
That's not the case. Now, the other thing I would say, when it comes to like Teddy Bridgewater, I think Teddy could dictate whether Martinez gets time. If Teddy gets in and he plays really well and shows he has a command of offense, all right, Teddy, we ain't going to risk you getting hurt either. Adrian, you get in here and do your thing. So I'm going to put this on Teddy. Teddy, do your job.
so the young dog can get some time.
Let the young dog get his time. You good. You here. Like you are literally, he's literally the security blanket. That's literally what he is right now. So, let Teddy come in, get his reps in, show he has a command of the offense, has the idea of the concept that they're trying to run, and then let this kid, show what he got. Because I keep thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, are we actually going to have 4 quarterbacks? Kind of.
Nah.
Well, at least have 3.
I doubt.
Well, at least have 3. I think.
I don't think they're going to dress 3. Actually, I take that back. Remember,
extra spot now. They got an extra spot now.
That's what I'm finna say. Remember, the Lions put in for that rule change, which the NFL adopted, that they can carry an extra quarterback, and it does not count against your main roster. And it's funny that the NFL adopted a Lions rule change, but that just shows that, again, we're garnering some type of respect. We just ain't that doormat shit no more.
Well, no, that was for the 49ers. They ran out of damn quarterbacks in the middle of the NFC.
No, hey, but
that's
the
what
thing
got it
was,
over the hump, though.
Hey,
but they didn't suggest
they
the
didn't do
Lions
it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the 49ers didn't say shit.
And the NFL agreed.
McCaffrey, though.
The NFL agreed because they can't be having one of their biggest games of the year look as bad as that one did. But anyway, let's talk about Teddy Bridgewater.
They got Debo.
just so you guys know the order of where we're going, okay? So we're going to talk Teddy, we're going to talk running backs, wide receivers, and then we're going to get to defense because that's where we're very excited, obviously, for good reason. But let's talk about Teddy Bridgewater. I'm going to keep my comments brief, okay? I love me some Teddy Bridgewater, okay? I wasn't really sure prior to listening to him talk, but if you go and you watch, and I would encourage every Lions fan to do this, go and watch his first interview as a Detroit Lion, because this is somebody who is coming in who does not have aspirations of taking the starting job. That's not what he's here for. He knows that's not what he's here for. He was talking up Jared Goff. He was talking up Nate Sudfeld. He was talking up Martinez and about helping to develop Hooker, which is what we all said might be the idea about bringing him in, because you want somebody who can play if he needs to, but you also want somebody to help the rest of the quarterbacks in that room. And Teddy Bridgewater sounded like exactly what you want in that backup quarterback. And by the way, the only reason he wasn't here sooner is because he just had another child and he didn't want to rush back into football life when he just had a baby. So for folks who are like, okay, we've been hearing about Teddy for the past 6 months, what's going on? That's what was going on. He was being a dad. So
he was going half on the baby.
Ultra respect for him as far as that's concerned. But to me, like I said, I loved it. I think he knows exactly what he's here for. I think he's going to do wonders for this team. And I think it also takes some pressure off Jared Goff too, because Goff, previous to this, I feel like, and they never said this, but I'm just assuming, I feel like Goff had to serve multiple roles where, okay, I got to be the face of the franchise. I got to be the starting quarterback. And I also have a responsibility to help these guys behind me. Now it's not so much about help these guys behind me because Teddy's there. Teddy can do that. So now Jared Goff can focus on, I just need to worry about my on-field performance and being the face of this franchise in the community. And I think that'll help Jared Goff out. And like I said, I'm just ecstatic to have Teddy Bridgewater here. Let me go to Bobby as the next person to talk about Teddy. What did you think, Bobby?
Yeah, it's kind of the same, but like we can't do nothing with the Detroit Lions without having our group chat discussion. And once again, my guy Reggie Puncher said, now if we didn't sign Teddy Bridgewater, we will have a problem. Or you know what I mean? So, yeah, so good. I'm glad to see you here, buddy. But the main thing is that we in a position now where we don't even want the quarterback to go down to stop this thing. So having a backup that actually, like you said, won the NFC North is good. And to be honest, he can help with the travels, the quarterback life, and just everyday life of being a quarterback in the NFC North. I like that part. And he can also take Jared Goff under his wings and show the MF how to throw the ball with some gloves on too. So he very useful. So no, but in all honesty, I just feel like if you got a backup that, like what I say in the chat, Nate Sudfeld, he's about as good as a flat spare tire. So yeah, so you ain't got nothing. So with him, so at least I know if something, knock on wood, was to happen to the quarterback, man, I know I don't have to be all the way mad. I can still see some kind of light at the end of the tunnel. So it's reassuring that if something were to happen, we got a guy that's going to be able to at least read a defense and get the ball to the weapons. And I love the fact that he said he was going to mentor JMO. Is that what I saying?
Yeah.
So that helps JMO get better because Sudfeld is not helping nobody get better. So
well, you said he was a spare tire. I don't think you'll hold to that right now.
No, he said a flat.
Oh, a
spare tire.
Okay,
he about to use it.
So
if you got a flat, if you got a flat spare tire, what you got, Elijah? You ain't got nothing.
You got problems.
You ain't got shit.
You got problems.
You got a tow truck is what you got.
I can think of a whole bunch of stuff. Swisher guts, all kind of stuff that is there but not used.
Oh, that sounds like a dirty move. Anyway,
Swisher guts.
No, that's kind of
this
weed
summer.
oriented.
Check out Bobby Bless and
Swisher guts, man. Throw him. You got to split him and throw him out. Throw him in the trash. But anyway. Yeah, Give me Teddy Bridgewater and Nate Sudfeld. What's the greater than, less than? So Bridgewater is greater than Sudfeld. That's about it.
Reggie Funches, what do you think about the Teddy Bridgewater signing? Because I know you were high.
I know. Reggie gonna say something funny. I already know he gonna say something funny.
Actually, I was gonna be serious.
Oh damn.
Teddy is a leader. If you really peep how Teddy rolls and how you think, like he's just one of those guys that you love having around. He ain't gonna hurt your locker room. He's gonna make sure everybody does what they're supposed to do. So I think he's actually gold for Jameson. A steadying influence. Because sometimes you got to think about relatability too in a locker room. How really can Goff relate to Jameson? I mean, outside of just on the field, what can he actually say to Jameson, make him say, you know what, I need to listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Teddy brings. And so that was an excellent point about him taking the pressure off of Goff in that situation, some of those leadership duties. Like he focus on playing football, bro. because I really
Mhm.
don't want to put too much on Goff. I don't want him carrying the load on every single thing. Bro, just get us dubs, get us to the playoffs. That's already enough pressure in Detroit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let Teddy take on some of what some people call mundane duties, but I don't think it's mundane. I think it's actually pertinent to how successful this team is going to be. I want it to where when Jameson hits the field, was that week 7?
I think so, yeah.
When he hits the field, my man's that got him ramped up and ready to go.
Mhm.
And that's really where my head is. And that's why I say guys like Teddy Bridgewater, that's gold, man. You bring them guys in, they do their job, they don't hurt you at all. All they do is be an asset. And then, like you said, God forbid if something happens to Goff, I got a guy that's competent that can go in there, run the offense, do it, and keep going what we got going. And hopefully we got a lot of momentum at the same time. So, I'm all for it.
Reggie,
And,
just real quick.
and I will say too, Elijah, that interview was gold.
It was. I was like, wow, like he's talking like a coach right now. And I think that's what we got. I think we got a backup quarterback who could be a coach right now. Just real quick before we toss it to Nate. Reggie, one of the things that me and the guys were talking about on last week's episode was kind of that mentor role for Teddy Bridgewater, obviously, that we all agree that's what he's going to do. But we were also talking about the unique potential here because for Hendon Hooker is coming in off of a knee injury. Teddy obviously has already been there, done that. And you got Jared Goff, who kind of was, for lack of a better term, kicked off his last team. Like they thought they could do better than him. And, for Hendon Hooker, he kind of had that experience at Virginia Tech before he went to Tennessee. So I just feel like there's a lot of good that can come out of this if Hendon Hooker takes it seriously, which I do have one bit on Hendon Hooker that I will say. And I'll encourage Bobby, who's already watched the first preseason game like 4 times now. Every single time one of our players did something good, one of the first people to greet them on the sidelines, he was in street clothes, so it might have been hard to see, was Hendon Hooker. So he is already building those relationships, and I was super excited to see that. But Reggie, I was just saying, I think this is a unique opportunity to learn from people who have been through similar things. Would you agree with that?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Guys like Teddy, the influence that he had, especially in that QB room, is going to be felt. And a lot of people, they look at Teddy like, man, he ain't never did nothing significant or this, that, and no. He's done what you expect out of a guy that lost opportunity because of injury. Like he's still here, and he's still here for a reason.
Yeah,
because of his mind.
He won the division. Shit, can't no Lion quarterback say that.
I'm just talking about the main overall effect of a guy like this. There's a reason why he's still in the league and still, has guys that want to go get him because of stuff like that. And Hendon needs to be at his hip. He need to be on his hip. Like it's not. It just ain't that many guys out there like that. Like really sit back and think about all the backup QBs in the league. How many are actually effective, even when they're not playing?
Not many. It feels like not many anymore, which is kind of sad to think about. But it's like NFL teams use their backups as project player, project spots. Yeah. Whereas I remember times where the backup quarterback was somebody with tons of experience, like for the Saints when they had Drew Brees and they had Mark Brunell. Mm-hmm. And it was like they don't need Mark Brunell, but that's a great person for them to have, Nate Bucker, I don't want to ignore you.
Yeah, Nate Foles, you got Foles and you got Bridgewater.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, the biggest thieves in the world are backup quarterbacks in the NFL. They get millions and millions of dollars. They don't even get hit and shit. They don't even got to play. Shit. So, no.
Basically coaches. They're basically coaches.
No, I ain't going to call them the biggest thieves are the long snappers.
The long snappers. But at least they be on the field. They get on the field, though.
Yeah, but think about like majority of the time when a starting quarterback makes a mistake, before he gets to the head coach, the first guy he talks to is that backup. because that
Nate,
backup
if I make a
always.
mistake, Nate Sudfeld better not say shit to me. But I feel you, Nate.
But
I
no,
feel
no,
you,
no.
though.
But
I
what I
swear I
should
know what
say
you mean.
is, no. But there's the guy
I
there
know.
that has that tablet
Mhm.
that's already have that mess up on the screen and that play that's ready for him.
Right,
So
right.
a lot of times, a lot of guys like they can suck actually on the field, but turn out to be very good coaches, very good guys that they just process
Yeah.
plays differently. So yeah, I mean, hey.
So
Who
just
put that
real
on there,
quick,
Elijah?
I said 90 day probation got that 90-day probation coming in hot at Walmart.
do.
You gotta watch out. He's gonna have a meeting with Smiley Face. They gotta go back to Smiley Face, by the way, at Walmart. I hate that
I
ass.
got a smiley face pen. I got a smiley face pen on my damn vest.
Can you
somehow.
imagine that though? If you mess up at Walmart, you walk in, it's no longer Smiley Face, it's unhappy face. Anyway, Nate, Teddy Bridgewater,
Okay.
your thoughts on him?
Again, it puts us back to where, again, if our quarterback goes down, we have the top backup in the league. They did have that with Matthew Stafford, with backups who did not garner him losing his job. But when he, if something was happening, Sean Hill was considered the top backup.
I forgot about Sean Hill. I forgot about him.
So was Jeff Garcia, who was considered the top backup in the league. Then we had John Kitna, who was considered the top backup in the league. And
But we paid him to be the starter, though.
No.
Don't forget about Fat Dante.
But the thing about Dante was, why I didn't even get there, was Dante was
Get your roll
also
on.
very good with you stupid with his play identification. So that's why Dante was good, and also Dante at one point was one of the best play action quarterbacks. So that helped the guys, when it came to that. But the purpose of Teddy Bridgewater is, number one, what he said is that when you have coaches, they have guys that they are predicated to work towards. Like when you're talking about J-Mo, he's not going to get all that, one-on-one doing practice because they have so many other guys that they have to deal with. You know what I mean? So when you have a guy with Teddy, now he has that freedom to talk to J-Mo. Guess what? He can work with J-Mo on the side when they've got, first team or second team offense, whatever. You've got Teddy Bridgewater there. And like I said, he can run routes. He can help him with his hands. Because number one, Mark Brunell has his, we talk about quarterbacks, Mark Brunell, that's what we have. Who once was, again, one of the better backups in the league, also was a very good starter, and now he's our quarterback coach. So everything that he's dealing with Jared Goff, he doesn't have a chance to help Martinez and Sudfeld with. So this is where Teddy comes in, who, is a former Saint, like Bobby said, won his division. He's a guy who has done it on every level, high school and college and the NFL, and is respected on all platforms. So that's what you really want in your backup quarterback, and again, it shows where we are because Teddy had offers. He had offers to, he could go to another team and still be a backup. For whatever reason, he chose here, and I'm grateful for it, But his mentorship, man, is going to mean a lot because it's going to help our wide receivers develop when they talked about, timing and where they should be, and how a quarterback, when a quarterback's doing a 3-step drop, this is how many seconds you got to get there. So while they running a play, he can help these guys with their timing. So look, the ball should be here. So when you come out this break, you have to get around quick because the ball gonna hit you in the fucking face. So it's to help them. And you know what I mean? Hey, Teddy Bridgewater is a very knowledgeable guy. He's a team guy. I'm glad we got him.
And Nate, that is a good point too, brother, because if the Lions offense did really, 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 really good last year, and it just proved a lot of people wrong. But the fact that that little caveat of the experienced veteran look on the outside looking in over because you said we didn't have that. So That's actually a good point. Yeah, and yeah,
Right. Well, we
I
we
actually
we
like
had
that.
the meanest handoff, and thank God he didn't have to get in because
So let's talk about running backs here. Again,
Door greeter.
I'm gonna try to keep it brief on the running backs thing, but I'll start us off on this. So my impressions of the running back room, as far as what we saw in this preseason game. Gibbs looked good to me. I don't have any concerns there about Jahmyr Gibbs. I think some of the guys fell even more in love with him because of what he was doing out there on the football field. Good reason. So, but I will say, because he was playing with the second string offensive line, it made me feel like he was back at Georgia Tech again, where he's just trying to make holes for himself. And
man,
so he's only going to get better. I mean, he ran the ball 6 times for 19 yards, caught a pass for 18 yards, which is not bad considering how long he was out there for. But he's only going to get better when he actually gets in there with our real offensive line. I will be interested, though, to see how he does over these next couple weeks, how much playing time he gets. And can I just say, this means absolutely nothing. But man, I don't know. There's some players that when they put on the uniform, they just look mean. Okay. They look tough. They look like they're about to go out there and put 4 touchdowns on your defense. That's how Jahmyr Gibbs looks when he puts that Detroit Lions uniform on. Like, he just looks special. Like, and I remember feeling that when I would watch highlights of Barry Sanders too. It's like, okay, that guy, he's special. And Calvin Johnson too. So I don't know. I just have that feeling about him, man. Like, I don't know how much play he'll get over the next couple of weeks, but I was happy with what I saw. I really hope that the second string offensive line learns how to block this week. That would be very nice. Otherwise, Jahmyr's just going to have to, try to figure out 3 yards here, 3 yards there where he can. Other running backs, though, outside of Jahmyr Gibbs, did anybody notice that Craig Reynolds got 0 snaps?
yep. I mean,
I thought he was going to be given an opportunity to compete for his job, but the poor guy got nothing.
Avago ran very, very hard.
Yeah,
He's another
yeah.
guy who,
Yeah.
because he's a guy who's got experience in a run-heavy system,
Right.
coming from Seattle. So, he knows, hey, he's a one-cut back, same thing as Craig Reynolds is, but one cut,
He got more power.
get to the hole, but a whole lot of power, boy.
He got way more power than Reynolds.
But my point is that, if you're looking for signs from the coaching staff, a sign might be when you get no reps. I'm just saying, like,
not really.
That doesn't sound good to me. Because
they already see what he can do, though. But
if you get no reps, you're either solidified your spot already, and we like
it. And we know he ain't did that.
Or there's some issues there. But the other running back I want to talk about, 2 running backs actually, Mo. I felt really bad for Mo because he got out there and I wanted to see him in a prolonged period. Looked like he got injured. I don't know exactly what the injury was. Don't want to speculate. But ankle. I hate that for him. I hate that for him because that was probably his best opportunity. Hopefully he'll be able to get some more opportunities over the next couple of weeks. They do like him. We kept hearing that they do like him. So hopefully he'll get more opportunities. Hopefully that ankle will be all right. But that kind of sucks seeing that happen to him. And Benny Snell. I have been a fan of Benny Snell since he was back at Kentucky. I wanted the Lions to draft Benny Snell so freaking bad. And now we finally have the guy. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. 1, 2, 3. I've got Jahmyr Gibbs. I've got our other running back who named David Montgomery. Okay. And then I got Benny Snell. That's what I got. Just based on what I saw. I'd be happy with that room. But let me toss it over to the guy. We'll start with Nate. Nate, running back analysis.
Vago ran very well. Jahmyr Gibbs is, what me and Bobby main thing was. We knew what he could do running the ball. We knew what he could do catching the ball. It was about his pass protection. And it showed very well that, hey, 5'9", 190, 195, whatever you want to call it, or 5'9", 200 pounds. But He knew what he was doing when it came to the pass protection. He knew who to step up to. He knew to identify the blitzer. So that was good. Mo was good, like I said, until he got his little tweak ankle. He still ran hard. Craig Reynolds wasn't a big thing. Like I say, I think that's just one of those that it's the very first game. And you got a new running back, you got you got 2 rookie running backs. And it's one of them like, okay, we know what we're going to get out of Craig Reynolds. We know this. We'll get him some reps later on. Then we just acquired Benny Snell. So he's another guy who didn't get as many reps, but they're like, he still just got traded here. Let's, see what he's got left. Like I say, the Lions from last year, they love Craig Reynolds. They know he's going to play hard. They know he's going to practice hard. They know what he does and doesn't do well. So it wasn't no big thing for Craig Reynolds not to get any reps. It was just mainly about the other guys. And like I said, it was just the excitement of Jahmyr Gibbs. So they had to put him out there. Like, This is who we, that people finally know, hey, if we didn't get any offers, we were going to take him at 6 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless, that excitement out there, the, NFL experts talking shit, and then next thing you know, not everybody loves it. Like, so they had to put him out there. And so it was no big deal, but I think they did good. They all, when it came to the blocking, they did pretty good. Kabenda had a drop, but he also had a very, very good catch as well, too. So he's our resident solidified fullback. But I give it about a B-. Especially, for as bad as that damn O-line was, boy, which is where we're going to have to get a lot more depth at, because that
was scary. That was scary to me. I'm like, man, wow.
I told you Sudfeld was bad, but that O-line,
what in the 2011 is happening right now? But anyway.
Hey, listen, if I was Sudfeld, I'd have been like, man, I couldn't set my feet. I was scared. I was every damn thing. I'd have threw that left tackle under the bus. Like, man, listen, we had a pooper scooper on the left side with no handle. So I don't know what the fuck you want me.
Oh my God. All right, let's toss it to Bobby here. Bobby, I'm going to toss it to you for a quick second, and then if you can toss it to Reggie, that'd be great.
Okay, no problem, brother. As far as the running back group, I wasn't disappointed by far, but I would say this for a caveat. Even though Craig Reynolds didn't play, I didn't see enough from the other guys to say that that they're better than him yet. So I'm gonna leave that to be like nothing against your guy Snell. I ain't saying he ain't did enough yet, brother. None of those. So even though that and this, this is just a personal feeling. I don't, what I mean? I don't want it to be no hot take or nothing. I just didn't see enough for them to say Craig Reynolds is not the better option yet. So that's I don't think they cut him yet. So I think that leaves a lot to be desired. So but as far as that, I watched Jahmyr Gibbs last year because I watch Alabama football every week anyway. So I was already familiar with the explosiveness. And remember how you was talking about how with Gibbs, you get that feeling like, the last time I seen a real running back for the Detroit Lions to give me that breakaway feeling was Javid Best. And I think Gibbs, like, when he gets the ball, it's exciting. You kind of hold your breath. Like, so that let you know that you got him a real playmaker. But I was also happy to see that that kid out there is a swift Army knife. And nothing against none of the running backs from the past, and including Barry Sanders. We have never had a guy that was a every down back, from being able to split out wide to be able to be in pass protection. No, but Reggie Bush couldn't block. He couldn't block like that.
Yo, Reggie could block, but they had
yeah, but see, that's what I mean. That's 2 people. That's not all one person, though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But Reggie, I ain't gonna sit there and say he couldn't block. Reggie was about as good of a blocker as you gonna get with
No, yeah.
with Jameer. You know what I mean? It was
But
just one of
Reggie
them. Like,
wasn't
he was
like when
every down.
Jameer was when I'm looking at Jameer Gibbs pass pro in his play, he was popping pads. You feel me? I heard like when that video I put in the group, man, you can hear the pop. You feel me? So that means he coming. He not waiting. He the one bringing the pressure. So I mean, I ain't trying to say he like Reggie Bush was a turnstile. I'm just saying like this dude, he remind me of like how the SWAT hit your door with the damn arm. That's how he was blocking with the damn thing. So that I just seen that he it's gonna be hard to keep him off the damn field. He gonna be out there, man, because he of course, you know, if he got that ball in the hand, he explosive. He running routes like receivers, and he blocking like tight ends and fullbacks. I think it's gonna be hard to get him off the field. And now it makes me more intrigued to see what Montgomery brings to the table, because I ain't never heard about him doing all that. So I'm interested to see how that is. I want to see more of Montgomery. Like Jameer Gibbs made me see why Montgomery so highly valued, why his ass ain't out there playing. So that's what I want to see. And that's pretty much it, because I wasn't really expecting too much. Like, but I was pleasantly surprised to see Jameer Gibbs, but none of the running backs was where I was so astonished that, like, damn, we got this guy. And you know me, I was hard on Zach Zenner. Ain't none of them dudes even outdo Zenner. So
Zenner was fucking happy feet.
Yeah, but but he was the preseason all-star. I ain't seen none of them do all of that. So I'm gonna say to be continued on them, but I ain't seen nothing that made me worry. But it just giving me more to desire. So what is so special about what does Montgomery bringing to the table that where we had to not pay Jamal Williams? So that's I'm interested to see that. But Jameer Gibbs, from what I was seeing, like even Marcus Spears on the NFL Live said he think that Jameer Gibbs got a little Tyreek Hill in him. Like he might got a good chance to be the next explosive player other than Tyreek Hill. So I'm interested if that guy got to be on the field. So I want to. What you think, Reggie? I don't know, man.
Montgomery is better than Jamal.
Okay.
Red is stupid.
The man had one asset that he has that Jamal has none of. His hands. The boy has hands. He's a complete back. His biggest issue is I played for Chicago.
Okay. Oh, the line.
David Montgomery.
Like
David Montgomery is gonna be better than Jamal.
David Montgomery got it.
David Montgomery has hands. He has hands. He has burst. He has vision. He's got wiggle. Jamal only had to wiggle for his touchdown dance. David Montgomery can make you miss.
Yeah, I'm so happy that David is here. I don't think we ever.
David Montgomery is going to be that starter.
Yeah,
I know a lot of Bears fans not happy. They're not happy with us too.
I can see him breaking that record for the most touchdowns.
If they really want to make a concerted effort to do it, he can do it.
Yeah,
if they want a concerted effort to do it, he can do it. And that's what makes it. That's what makes me so excited about having Gibbs too. Because now you got somebody that can take the physical punishment, that can wear defenses down, and then you just hit him in the mouth with Gibbs. Being able to split him out if you want to. You can give him carries if you want to. I made this comparison only because I was so hurt when we lost this kid. I love Jahvid Best.
Yeah, me too.
Me
too, Reggie.
I was so sad that I didn't get to see what he could have done with a full career. And now I'm starting to get that feeling that I'm going to be able to see it with Gibbs.
You're right. I feel the same way, brother. Amen.
Now, there's other aspects that Jahvid didn't do well, but it is what it is. But I'm just talking about
when you get
that burst, that guy that out there, like, how am I going to defend him? Like, what am I going to do to defend him? That's what I'm that's that
Yeah.
aspect I'm looking forward to.
Jameer Gibbs come running the Texas route is kind of scary, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, when Alabama was playing Texas last year, remember they had to come back to do that, come back against them. He killed them with a Texas route. That what like Bryce Young hit him right on the stride, and that and I do specifically remember that game because I thought they was about to lose, but
but the other
he killed them with the Texas though.
Like the other guys that are there, Benny Snell is a good guy to have as a backup just in case.
He's a better Bo Scarborough.
I don't know, man. Like,
that's you actually nailed that.
I would line him up at fullback in front of David Montgomery. That's what I would do. I would transition him into
another guy I was thinking about too. Another guy,
Kabinda, you leave him right there. You leave Kabinda right there. Kabinda is a pure blocker.
Was Alex Collins. Rest in peace.
Yeah, he was.
That's a guy that he ain't gonna hurt.
He was on Baltimore, wasn't he? He was on Baltimore before we got him. Yeah, I remember him. Hell yeah.
He can come in. He ain't gonna hurt you. He gonna do his job.
Seattle. That's where he blew up. He blew up in Seattle.
So right now what we have is a complete running back room too. Like you got your guy that you're gonna use as your bell cow. Mm-hmm. You got your guy that you're gonna use in a specialization type role. I can give you a little bit of everything. I got a guy that's a viable backup if I need him. And then you got a special team guy.
Hey, your mom know football.
I heard
this.
Hey, her name is Zippy.
Mama Bless.
Don't want to. Hey, you don't want to play her no fantasy football either. You don't want to play her no fantasy football. She a dog. She a dog.
Ammonia to the goal line. That way he won't be hard on his wear and tear.
But you know what? That room though, Reggie, I feel like that room is so packed right now. That running back room is so packed. You might have to call the fire department to shut it down. Like there's too many people.
Elijah, stop.
Too many people.
Stop it.
Listen, I love it though. But like,
somebody call the fire marshal.
Hey, I'm gonna get the
that's what I need. That's what I need.
Yeah, oh my God. You're so crazy.
Reggie, did you have any other thoughts on the running backs before we move on to wide receiver?
And I'm gonna just throw this out there. David Montgomery, 4 years in the league, he already has 1,200 yards receiving.
Yeah, and the Bears had a sorry line, so it ain't like working in
and it's only I think it's only 1 year that he didn't break 1,000. So or is it two?
He was cutting behind some bums.
Total yards? Or are you talking about?
No, total yards.
Yeah, total yards. He only had 1 year. His rookie year. Wait, no.
No.
Well, math. No, he's always had over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right. That's what I'm gonna say. Wait a minute. I think 1 year. I think he had like 8 something, or did he actually finish it out with 1,000?
No, he's always had 1,000.
Okay.
1,100, 1,14, and then 1,000. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That shitty ass bear line. Fucking cut.
And he's cutting behind him too. That's saying something too. When you have to literally move everybody yourself, like to get that 1,000 yards. But I do get what Bobby's saying though. Like, let's see it though. Like, let's see it in a Lions uniform. We know what he did in the Bears uniform, but let's see it. You know,
I can't wait.
So let's talk wide receiver here briefly. I don't really have much to say on this one, to be honest with you. Let's get the JMO talk out of the way. Listen, as I've already said before, as Nate has said before, as everybody on this show has said before, we're rooting for JMO. So if you're not rooting for JMO, I don't know why the hell you're here. Like, just being honest with you. But like, we like JMO. Yes, he had some drops. You know who also has some drops?
He only had one
out there. Okay, but
Jerry
like, hear me out, Nate, because you'll like where this is going. Even though he had a drop, as Nate said, you know who also had drops whenever he was first getting action out there? Calvin.
Jerry Rice.
Calvin had some plays where he dropped the ball, and people said, "Oh,
Chris Carter."
I'm just saying everybody has it. Okay. Everybody has it. Now, the question is when you get that second opportunity, that third opportunity, do you continue to drop it or do you catch it in the future? And
He
we're
ain't
going to see
Ebron. We
more
know that for
opportunities.
sure.
We're
No,
going to see more opportunities for him throughout the preseason. So for me, I ain't worried about it. I think he's going to be fine. As far as the other wide receivers were concerned, the only one who really did anything that I thought was worth talking about was Coda. Coda looked good. I even said
no,
it on,
Drummond look good. Drummond look good too. Drummond
Yeah,
look decent.
Dylan did his thing. Dylan Drummond had a big.
He dropped that pass in the end zone, but he was out there getting
Are
open.
are we separating out the tight ends from this?
Oh, yeah, the tight
well,
end.
you can throw the
I've
tight
been
ends
saying
in as
James
well.
Mitchell. I've been
But
saying
James,
Because
I was
Mitchell-
excited for Mitchell.
Mitchell said, "I'm trying to get this job, homie."
Yeah, he looked
Yeah.
like he was a pro for sure. He
But that's
did.
all I got on the wide receivers. So I'm gonna toss it over to Nate. Nate, toss it to Bobby. Bobby, toss it to Reggie.
Well, look, the wide receivers. I mean, it wasn't much to say. Our fucking quarterbacks was just that bad. So just in that little snippet, that's all I had to say. Dylan Drummond was good. Coda did okay. Coda actually ended up becoming Sudfeld's favorite target, his little security blanket. So he was able to, be highlighted a little bit more.
You really want to be known as Sudfeld security blanket?
I don't
That's
even
bad.
think Mrs. Sudfeld wants to be known as Sudfeld security blanket.
He's so
Hey,
No,
bad.
Elijah Cole, man.
He's so bad that
Hey,
you just don't want
hey,
to be
listen,
affiliated.
Out of here. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, listen,
out of here.
the only good thing about Sudfeld is his last name, and thank God it ain't Simeon, the dude from
Ooh,
the Broncos.
you so. Ooh.
Listen, Sudfeld, you are like Coca-Cola at Ford Field. Actually, I should say Pepsi because they switched it from Pepsi. But you get what I'm saying. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I'm about to say I was
That's what I'm saying. Get the hell out of here.
I'm finna say,
mad.
okay, Bobby, give him the drums. Give him the drums.
Because I'm drinking Coke now. I was like, what the hell going on? Wait, what?
I'm just saying, if he's still on the team by week 1, I'm gonna be very sad. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be.
continue on, fellas. My bad.
Bobby, go ahead, doggy. That's all I got.
I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm glad we got the group chat because y'all calmed me down about the receivers. That was making me mad, man, because they was dropping passes and shit. But the source the passes was coming from is very much in question, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But
they stretching out everything.
Yeah, but I was pleasantly surprised to see what's it, the Coda kid. That's his name, right? Coda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised because usually. And I'm gonna throw in our guy Maurice too, the kick returner. Even though he's a receiver, I know we ain't gonna be talking about special team. Those they was USFL guys, right?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Alexander was. I don't know about Coda.
Well, remember Alexander was on the team last year though.
Yeah, I know they cut him, but I think Coda might have been signed from the USFL too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, former Oregon.
But make a long story short was I see that the receivers they last year, I think the receivers kind of lack depth, especially in the back end, especially during preseason. But now just the backups of the receivers upgrade. But I feel like it was guys like even Anton Green, he did some things. So I just want the quarterbacks to change so I can evaluate this damn offense. Nate Sudfeld just made everything just so confusing.
His first throw was a goddamn interception.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna give him a C. I'm gonna give him a C because when it's all said and done, they was dropping passes that was hit. Like when the Sudfeld was actually being accurate, they wasn't hitting, they wasn't catching. So I'm gonna give him a C just for that. Yeah. So I'm gonna give him a C for that. So but I don't want to break down no more film that Sudfeld is dropping back. So I don't know. Reggie, make it make sense.
He said, I don't know.
Make it make sense, Reggie.
That's a hell of a transition, Bobby Bless. I don't know, Reggie.
Yeah, make it make sense, Reggie.
I'm putting them together. So I'm putting tight ends and the wide receivers together, and it was the Mitchell and Coda show to me. Like they're the ones that looked the most impressive. They're the ones that could actually catch a Sudfeld pass.
That's saying something right there. That
But-
goes on the job
I mean,
job apps.
it's just one of the things where, like you said, I'm gonna use the whole preseason to give a real fair evaluation, but right now
Right.
it's just a bunch of guys out there just trying to get a job.
Yeah, because Laporta had 2 drops of his own.
He did. He did.
Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, man.
And
I ain't like that. That looking
But
pretty
he
Iowa.
was-
They gotta leave them Iowa Hawkeye tight ends alone. I don't know why. Every time we get them, they can't catch. But anyway, go ahead.
well, hey, at least he can block. He already a better
Yeah,
blocker.
Yeah,
than
he
Howard.
did. Yeah.
He
Yeah,
did have
yeah.
a great block, though.
Yeah, he did.
So,
On that edge when Gibbs popped outside, that was all Laporta
Mhm.
and my
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I
he's
did see
definitely
that.
better than Hawkins shit. Because Hawkins shit would
I
have
did
missed.
see that. I did see that. I ain't gonna lie on him, man.
so
I did see that.
we got 2 topics left on tonight's show because we all agree we got to get out of here at 7:45. It's 7:27 now. So we're gonna go defense on this next topic. We got to go to our resident defensive coordinator, Nate Rucker. Nate, man, I just imagine you having a nice drink and a big old bucket of popcorn watching that defense. What? How are you
No
feeling about
popcorn,
our backups that were in there?
Well, it just showed that, hey, I mean, our depth at defense was a lot better than the Giants' depth on the offensive line. Julian Oguara, his burst was phenomenal. Same thing with James Houston. James Houston was getting out the ball so fast that he caused some bad throws. He might not have got the sack. We seen that. And then Reggie's boy, Kaminsky. Kaminsky caused, man, that very first drive, Kaminsky was all in the backfield. He pushed the lineman right back into damn dum-dum. So that was good. And then our linebacker, like I say, Derek Barnes, Rodrigo played very well.
Linebacker room is well improved. That linebacker room, they improved the most.
Shitty ass Will Harris, he had 2 penalties.
And he was running around. He was getting burnt like a mug, boy.
He was a man. Hey,
He
and they was like, "Hey,
was-
man, listen, whoever 25 checking, we just gonna run a stop route because his ass he just gonna do something stupid." So he was a fuck up. Melifonwu played fast. I like the way Melifonwu played. He played fast. He played very physical. And of course, Brian Branch being the Swiss Army knife on defense because he can play the deep end safety, he can play the box safety, and he can also play corner.
Man.
And so yeah, and then he's another guy that when I talked about like Aiden Hutchinson, I'm talking about the ability to read and react. Brian Branch was definitely read and react. Had a pick this morning, doing training camp, but also blew up Cole Beasley, who was one of the better slot receivers in the league. So normally these NFL rookies, they're welcome to the NFL moment. They get fucked over. But instead, he blew up Cole Beasley. He said, "Hey, I'm here, Jack."
Man, it looked like he should be retired. I swear.
He said, I'm here, Jack. Jack Campbell played very well. Got off the blocks, was able to strafe down the line, was in on pretty much all the tackles. Did a face guard for the running back outside the backfield. So I'm good, man. Defense was good to me, man. I ain't got no complaints. Reggie, what you got?
I'm just happy this people performing. But specifically, Campbell. The boy looked like he got a nose for the ball, man. He got a nose where the ball is. He know where to get to his spots. He just looked confident already. He looked confident. And that's 90% of the battle in a preseason game, the first preseason game. BB, dog. BB. It's so much crow for the media to eat on these draft picks, man. And the fact that we got guys that look like they're going to be able to contribute early and often, it just goes to show you got the right guy doing the job. All we got to see translate to wins. And Right now, I'm just happy, man. It's I'll put it like this. We have an offense like we did last year that's refined and doing their job like they did. And we have a top 15 defense. Not top 10, not top 5, a top 15
Top
defense.
15.
Sky's the limit.
Mhm.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah. Oh, also, Broderick Martin played very well too, man. In that
He
game.
did.
Broderick Martin played good.
That's the other game.
And Levi played real good, man. He looked quick. He looked fast. His hand movement was good for the couple of series that he was in there. So Levi, welcome back. And of course, Mr. Dependable, which is what I call Romeo Aguara and Charles Harris. Those are just dependable guys for depth. You know what you're gonna get from them. So guys that are relentless to the quarterback. So
Mm-hmm.
I have forgot those guys. Who's on? Bobby, what you got?
Yeah. Shoot. I got a lot to say. That front seven looked like night and day from last year, especially the linebacker room. I was like, when I seen Barnes out there with what was it? Anzalone? No, Anzalone wasn't out there, right?
No,
it was
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm tripping.
Started.
I seen Barnes and Anzalone with a good little thing. Not Barnes and Rodrigo with a good little combination. Like, you know, you can tell they used to working with each other. So I like the growth there. But when I seen Jack Campbell, it wasn't no drop off. You know what I mean? Usually it'd be a drop off. This dude, like, I seen him. Didn't he block a pass that hit him in the butt or something? Yeah,
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So I seen somebody put on Twitter, like, that's how you play with one ass cheek and 3 toes. How you block the butt. It was so funny how they put it. But make a long story short, man. Brian, how did Branch not go in the first round? Like, I'm like, man, like we literally stole him. And then now I'm seeing him on the field more with Gardner Johnson. And it's starting to look like Tracy Walker gonna be the best backup in the league at safety. So is he trade bait? That's a good question.
Could be.
Yes,
he
but
just signed that contract. So
yeah, but the thing that stick out to my mind though is how the Will Harris is getting his ass chewed out, because I couldn't help, because I'm petty too. So every time he messing up, I just thinking the Nate reaction. Like, I know Nate. Every time
I was mad as hell, man.
I know. I can just know because you wanted that dude gone like 2-3 years ago. So it's interesting to see how he's still sticking around. So, like you said, Campbell
Hayes of the Lions.
Yeah. Campbell. When you're a Campbell guy, you in there tight. But yeah, man, that defensive line looked good. Like James Hughes, I had to remember that he even changed his number. Like, who the fuck is this? And then they said it's Houston. I said, damn, I didn't even know it, because he changed his number to what, 41, I think, or something like that. So I'm up 49. There like, who is 41? And which car was the one doing all the second? Is that Romeo? Julian. Okay. Yeah. He was running. I think he could have ran under their tables full speed the way he was dipping under dude, getting under. Yeah, I think he could literally run under a table full speed.
He was pissed.
Yeah. He looked like pissed. Von Miller and stuff, because that remind me of Von Miller. So I don't think we cut him.
You put me on the bubble?
Yeah, I don't think we cut him.
Okay.
I don't think we cut him. I don't think that's a good idea. So Elijah, if I got to say anything went well with this game, I love the defense, and I like my guy spinning twice like the Madden video game. So them the two, like, special team and defensive plays that I like. And I just got one question. Nate, we got a stupid boy, even for a preseason stupid boy. But I think we already know who it is. But next,
Sudfeld.
Yeah, it got to be
Sudfeld.
Man, Sudfeld sucks cheeks, man.
Is your voice able to do it? Is your voice able to do it?
Stupid
boy.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, Elijah, but that's it for me, man. I know I'm a clown, but I just happy to see like the defense that's growing. in leaps and bounds, and they're gonna have to cut somebody that's good on that line because even like Benito Jones, he a journeyman type guy, but his ass is getting back there too. So whoever coaching that defensive,
he gonna get cut though.
yeah, but whoever coaching that defensive line, he getting results. So that's interesting.
Yeah, because you
now,
still got bugs though. You still got bugs.
This is singing, baby. This ain't Hall calling.
So brief thoughts from me on the defense. Brief thoughts from me on the defense. You will remember in last week's episode, this is not really a toot your horn type moment here, but if you want to call it that, you can.
Oh, here you go.
But we looked at the depth chart, and me and Nate agreed. Okay, me and Nate agreed last week that on some of those secondary positions, you better put the word "or" on there because there is no way you're keeping Brian Branch off the field.
Nope.
We said that last week.
He need to be a starter. He need to be a starter.
He went and knocked some dude's towel off. Like that's how hard he hit that man. Like, I'm just saying. So I was happy about it. I'm excited. I'm really excited about the fact that almost all those guys were not starters that were out there. So that to me says a lot. That says a lot about our depth on defense.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I'm super excited about it, and hopefully they can keep it up. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll see what happens though over these next couple weeks, because again, we have been fooled before thinking that we had our defense figured out. Like I remember, and I hate even bringing this guy up, but I remember Jared Davis, his rookie season, everybody was like, man, he's
ain't
good.
No way. Hey, he better than
you know
Davis,
what was
right?
funny about it? You know what was funny about it was people back when he was a rookie were like, man, he's going to be so good as soon as he learns not to over pursue. And guess what? He never learned how not to do.
No.
As Nate would say, he's going to go in there 100 miles an hour, but he's going to be at the wrong spot every single time.
Dog, they would run a draw. They would let his ass come full speed, and they would stand there and do it and just watch him run by.
Right.
He would just take off like, oh
but
my
in his
God,
rookie season,
dude.
everybody looked at that as effort. They were like, wow, he's got the effort. He's got the passion, which I think for Jared Davis, unfortunately, he was compared to Ray Lewis. And that's really hard to live up to.
Yeah, that was Bob Quinn did that dumb shit.
But
not even.
This year's squad. Speaking about this year's squad, I just want to see, can they keep up what they did? They got the Jaguars coming up on Saturday at 1:00. So that game is also at Ford Field. So we'll see how that works out.
I think I'm gonna be. I think I'm going to that game. I think my daughter gonna be in town, so I think I'm going to that game.
Live from On the Hunt, Nate Rucker.
So before we wrap this thing up, we got to, because it is our 1-year anniversary of the show, I want to go around the room here and close this thing out with your favorite memory and your closing remarks. We're going to start off with Mr. Reggie Funches.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. My favorite memory is just every episode that we do, man, because it's a relief. Like, we could be doing so many other things. We could be involved in so many other ventures that have no substance, nothing to really offer nobody. But I get to spend time with guys that I love and care about.
Yep. No, you too, brother.
That's 90% of the reason why I'm happy, because we keep this ball rolling. It ain't even about how successful it is. It's just about being able to do something that you love and care about. And then whatever fruits we bear from that, that's just money. So right now I'm just happy, bro.
Money, dude.
Nate Rucker.
My favorite moment of the show would be the picking of the guys who would join me and you on this show. Even before I reached out to Bobby, Reggie, I think I had Jeff named down as well, but
he couldn't do it. Jeff couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it, but
Jeff good shit too.
Yeah, but just having a vision and seeing it come together, seeing everything mesh the way that it has, and how our show and just how active we are, in our group chat. Like I said, people don't see outside the show, but just how much, man, and how we are here for each other. Like the touching moments, with my dad passing and finding about cancer and Eli and everything that, your stepdad and your dad was going through. Reggie, losing, somebody his, that's real, real close to him. We all been going through so much, and we continue to be here for each other. We continue to be here for each other. And then, man, our faithful fans, man, comedian Shay-B, Jason, Alante, Bill.
Bill is so funny, man.
He is, man. But
Bill is funny, man.
Who have supported us, like literally from everything we put into the people like that truly have us down, subscribe to us, and when we come on live, they jump right on with us, man. I love it. I appreciate it. That's my moment, man, and my closing statement all together.
Bobby Bless.
I got quite a few, so I'm gonna try to break it down to like the three quick ones. The first one is like my favorite moment is like Elijah. One of my favorite moments is like Elijah teaching me how to do this stuff, man. My whole day-to-day changed, man. I got tablet over here, I got laptop right here, I'm on the phone and shit. So I just turned a whole bunch of technical thanks to Elijah, and he always been supportive and easy to teach, help teach us, and he don't give a fuck about giving up them passwords. He just trusts us, right? So I love that part. And number two is like just being able, like, I be at work and I got even managers that subscribe to our podcast. Like they not even Lions fans and they just supporting me. So it's good. It makes me feel comfortable even that this podcast help me reassure that I'm even a likable guy at work when I got like managers actually like that want to watch the podcast. Like, Bobby, I subscribe to your podcast. You know what I mean? So it helped that too. And lastly is my brother Nate and Reggie. I'll be seeing stuff and I'll be like, man, let me I'll be seeing numbers like I'm gonna get with Reggie with that first before I even I'll be arguing with ESPN. Let me check with Reggie first. and as far as you, Nate, like you just be on the ball with stuff. And this is my favorite moment is when I went to the Lions game and remember we virtual our seat and then you said you need to go to this gate to make sure you get. I did everything you said and then I got out of there. But I don't know if you guys have seen that. Maybe it was a TikTok video or some video when the guy was talking about the best way to get into a Ford field. Mm-hmm. So I said, man, Nate already did that. You see that, Elijah?
I've seen that.
Yeah, he about a year late. So like Nate, like Nate always said, we so good, we catch people doing what we did long after we done did it. And then, Nate just like the resident coordinator and always just got to give us the, Nate just to give us the confidence to get this done. And then he let you know, even though we don't got the same amount of praise, but just leader of what we got going on, it just feel like with Nate being the leader of what we got going on, it just feel like Nate always giving us a chance to be the best. I know, like, knowing that Nate see us in a whole light where we one of the best, and it helps me keep my focus because Nate don't let us know we doing stuff that don't nobody else do. So I appreciate.
We got the best videographer, man. We got the best videographer.
But I appreciate Nate, Elijah, Reggie. I appreciate the morale, brother, because me and Nate, we done had Lions fans coming for us before. They hate us. Boy. They used to hate me and Nate. So I just like the growth. I'm actually a member of a team, and it's cool. You know what I mean? So a lot of times I be like reading stuff. I said that don't make no damn sense. Like in the football group, and then I be like, damn, but that's something Elijah said, or that's something Nate said too. So I can't. Damn, it might make some sense now. This motherfucker saying it right. So you broaden my horizon and perspective on just everything with the Lions, and I ain't the only expert. So I love that about you guys. I got 3 other
I
brothers that's
appreciate
my experts, and I when I'm in doubt, I'm going to them. Pretty
I
much.
appreciate it.
That's
bro.
it, Elijah.
I really do.
All right. So my closing remarks, I'll try to keep them somewhat brief. So first and foremost, this is just funny to me. Okay. This is just funny to me. But because I don't care about sharing my passwords, all right, I am getting so varying different ads whenever they try to show me an ad on YouTube. I'll have ads for whiskey. I'll have ads for something else over here. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there going, I'm like, okay, that ain't me, but I know who it is, and that's okay. That's okay.
Whiskey, cigars, weed, and the Bible.
Yes, and I'm like
in the Bible.
And what's so funny about it is I look like such so much more of an interesting person that way.
You're so diverse, Elijah. You're so diverse.
So
check my search engine.
Check
my search engine.
that to me is just funny. But my favorite moment for the show, and I'll just say for me personally, and then the show in general. Okay, so for me personally was when we picked Jahmyr Gibbs and Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites too, brother.
I spent a lot of time studying both of those players, and I thought for a while I was in the weeds. I'm like, maybe I got this all wrong, and then now they're both on the team, and I can't wait to see both of them eventually play. But that for me was a huge moment, and be able to have that moment with my brothers, that to me was really, really awesome. Now, on the other side of things, I just want to take a minute, and I know we're already over time, but I want to take a minute here, and I want to brag about each one of these fellas individually. Okay.
Oh God.
First up, because hey, listen, I got the mic. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
So, first up, I want to talk about Nate Rucker. All right. Now, Nate is the person who obviously I started this podcast with, and we had this idea for, I think, like 2 years prior to actually doing it. But I met Nate because he was inadvertently helping me stay a Lions fan, because he would live stream the games, and my broke ass didn't have cable or a way to watch the game. So I'd be watching it with Nate through his TV. Like a lot of people. So that was how we met, was because he was providing a service to me for free. So I appreciate that very much. And I'll speak for all of us broke people out here. We appreciate you, Nate. So outside of that, Nate was always consistent. Like, he was always consistent on, all right, so I've got these guys and this is how I want to do it. And when you're jumping into a creative process like this, you got to have somebody who matches your enthusiasm. You can't want it more than the other members of the group. And so not only did Nate bring in obviously himself, who was very passionate, but he brought in 2 guys who I am so thankful for to have in my life. Obviously Reggie Funchess, Reggie has been there for the show, pretty much since day one. He started as a special guest and he just never left. But we love him.
My wife said that's my MO.
That's how you got her, huh?
Exactly. He said, I bumped into him once and he never left.
That's my move. That's my move. That's your move, huh, Reggie? That's the move, huh? That's so funny.
But he adds so much to every episode that we do, especially when he breaks down the numbers, during the season and during the off season, bringing up points and perspectives that we hadn't thought about. So I want to give it up for Reggie as far as that's concerned. Reggie also helps a lot behind the scenes. I'm not sure how much he wants me to tell you, so he knows. And I just want to say thank you, Reggie, for that.
We really appreciate that.
When we started, we were only allowed to do 40-minute episodes. And
Reggie took care of that.
Reggie is the reason why we can do longer episodes. So if you like that, thank Reggie for that, because that ain't me. That's Reggie doing that. So Reggie, thank you, man. I love you. Bobby Bless, man. Bobby, I love Bobby. All right. Bobby's one of my favorite people in the whole world. And I'll tell you, the moment that I knew that this was going to work with Bobby was after we did our first episode. I got a hold of Bobby and I said, hey, man, I've been in radio for a little bit. Would you mind if I gave you some tips? And it wasn't like a test, so I don't mean to make it sound like that, but he was so ready to take any advice I gave him. And that to me showed somebody who not only works his ass off for this show, he also is willing to learn as much as he possibly can. So I got to give it up for Bobby as far as that's concerned. And as far as Nate and Bobby.
Bobby is a sponge, man.
Nate and Bobby. Nate and Bobby, obviously they're on the podcast, but they're also a part of the studio leadership as well. And so I got to give it up for them as far as that's concerned too, because for me, obviously this is a business that I run, and my hope is to grow it someday where it is my full-time occupation. And these guys are helping me do that, along with some other folks.
We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
I want to give it up for both Bobby and Nate, because they are a sounding board for me when it comes to decisions about the entire business, not just the On the Hump podcast. And Nate Rucker has helped us be able to develop other podcasts as well. So, you know, because for me, I'll be honest with you, I wanted to do the podcast because I'm a Lions fan, but I also wanted to do it because for my business, we make movies, and you can't make a movie every single week. So you got to have something else to, you know, keep people around. And that's when we said, hey, let's do podcasts. And then Nate said, hey, let's do 3 more. And he's even got more in the pipeline too. So again,
that pipeline, baby, we got some stuff in there for y'all.
And like I said, I love each and one, you know, each of these gentlemen. And my hope is to be able to do a live show at some point, you know, be able to do a live show out on location where I can meet these guys, give them a bear hug, and talk Lions football. And so if you want to help us do that, the best way you can do that is by subscribing to our channel. Right now we're at 409 subscribers. We need to get to 1,000 before we can monetize this thing. So if you can help us by getting your friends to subscribe, it would literally help us out more than you know. Okay. So with that, I think I've said all of our closing remarks. So I just want to say, for Nate Rucker, for Bobby Bless, the #1 Lions fan, you know, and all of his desk ornaments, there you go, got them all. And for Reggie Funches, hey, I'm Elijah Winfrey. Thank you so much for watching our 1-year anniversary show. Thank you for hanging with us. And hey, until next time, be good to yourself, be good to others.